What up, Caden? Caden's early. Why you delete your message? What up, Caden? I'm gonna get going here on TikTok. Hope everyone's having a good night, good day. Market's kind of just, I mean, flat, for the most compared to what they've been. Bitcoin's still kind of chopping sideways. NQ finding a little bit of a footing here, mostly sideways as well. After that little bit of recovery that all the markets have gotten, right? ES as well. There's actually some really clean moves. What up, Mitch? See, now I know it's you, Mitch. There really some clean moves in the market today. Let's kind of go over those first. NQ was super clean today, man. These levels are hitting, right? So market opens, we come down, we sweep the daily low, take the liquidity, run it all the way up to the weekly high. Then what happens? We sweep the weekly high and we dump. So I think this was about a 0.6% move. This was almost a 1% move down. Two very, 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 very clean moves today on NQ, doing what it should be doing. So the heck, my phone just starts playing by itself. So pretty clean moves on NQ, and actually they're all kind of like this, with the exception of gold. Gold was kind of the outlier here. We'll take a look at gold today. But those were the moves today. If you caught them, congratulations. Again, NQ was sweeping the low of the day, then the weekly high, and then dumping. 2 SFP, 2 liquidity grabs, about 1.5% total moves up and down. ES today swept the weekly high. It didn't quite sweep, so that was Tuesday. I guess it did sweep the daily low. Right, so here was the daily low. That was 7 o'clock this morning. I mean, it just did it before NQ did, right? So that was the low. It did sweep it, and then it did run up to the current week high and sweep that as well. So very similar moves on NQ and on ES. And then gold, right? Gold was a little bit of the outlier here. It didn't really sweep the daily low. It didn't really take out any weekly highs, but what it did do was take out London session, swept it, dumped, and then it was just kind of a chop for the rest of the day, right? So pretty clean moves across the board. Gold a little bit of the outlier here as it's kind of just consolidating sideways. What do we got tomorrow? Anything? Let's see. Tomorrow is the 11th. What do we got? Some mortgage stuff. Government payrolls, non-farm NFPs. I don't know do we get that tomorrow? Is the government still partially shut down? Did they open that shit? I don't even know, to be honest with you. Is the government still partially shut down? As of, okay, who cares about February 3rd? We're on the 10th here. Okay, so they ended it. All right. So we will get NFP tomorrow. Fed speaker, Bowman speaks. We also got Logan speaking tomorrow. So really it's a jobs day and a couple Fed speakers tomorrow. Something to look forward to. Something could move the markets. Again, another jobs day on Thursday. Couple Fed speeches. And the big day, right, everyone's kind of looking forward to is CPI, the inflation data that we're going to get on Friday. Friday the 13th, mind you. It is Friday the 13th this Friday. I did see Ford reports their worst quarterly earnings miss in 4 years. They're guiding for a better 2026, but this is after GM posted GM posted good. GM had good earnings. I think it was a week or two ago. But Ford, pretty big miss. So it's their first quarterly miss since 2024, and it's also their largest quarterly earnings miss in 4 years. Saying due to tariff costs. Roughly 900, almost $1 billion worth of imported auto parts, it looks like. So yeah, Ford having a tough go at it. I didn't really look and see what that did to the stock price, but let's go take a look. Well, there you go. It tanked and then instantly rebounded, and now it's right back to where it started. Pretty deep grab there. How deep did it go? So, I mean, it even came back for this wick down here. Took everything out. But right back to where it started. Right back to where it started. What are you guys watching today? What are you guys watching? What are you guys playing in the markets? And if you guys want to see anything charted, drop it down below. We'll take a look at it. We kind of talked about the ES moves of the day, the NQ, the gold already. We talked about Bitcoin a little bit here. What's some big movers? Oil kind of just flat now. Natural gas up 1%. Silver, let's look at silver. Kind of just chopping like gold is, right? We're kind of found that bottom, now consolidating sideways. Ondo, you guys and your altcoins, man, come back in October. Maybe a little bullish pennant going on silver. What do you want to know about Ondo? It's gonna go down. You want DCA levels? What do you want on Ondo? You know what I mean? What do you guys trading? It's nobody's interested in this. Nobody. Right? How do I know that? Because it's just higher highs and higher lows. We're in price discovery in the opposite direction. Right? Come back when it's doing this. Right? And then we can get excited about Ondo. But till then, man, it's risk off on altcoins. It's risk off. No one's buying altcoins. Retail disappeared. Just no one's buying altcoins right now. I mean, it's just down all the way. On every time frame, it's down. I can't even give you DCA levels because there's just nothing below us, right? It's not a pretty chart, right? It's not a good look. It's the opposite of what you want it to be doing. Lost big support. It went for all of it, flagged out, went lower. I don't know what you want me to say about this, man. It ain't pretty. Alts are just not pretty right now. And I think it's going to be like that till like the end of the year. No, dude, I don't do just crypto. I'm sitting here talking shit about Ondo. I trade mostly futures on NQ and Bitcoin, but chart everything, watch everything. Isn't the best time to buy when no one's paying attention? Man, you go ahead, brother. Go ahead. You go ahead and you buy up all your Ondo. It's going to go lower. It's going to go lower. Dude, people are being burnt on altcoins constantly. Okay, hello. Oops, I spelled that way wrong. Well, this thing had a nice run up, huh? What, since April? Well, I mean, we can even go back further. Since October of 2024, that's Jesus. 6,000, 5,500%, 53.55 to be exact. I mean, I don't think you run up 5,500% without seeing some profit taken, and that's kind of what you're seeing right now. I mean, it's consolidating in a decent spot. I'm not saying this is a bottom, but if it is a bottom, it's a decent spot to find a bottom. You had volume, you had resistance, support. That's when it took off again. You can see it got defended as support there on the way down, the profit taking. You got the little bounce back up, swept a little liquidity on the high, came back down, swept the low, it's still reclaiming the range. Oh, I think just from like who's in charge, are the bears in charge, are the bulls in charge? This is the battle line, right? I mean, this is a very important area, this kind of $69 level, right? Very, very important. It's been a support and resistance flip since really it started pumping. Why did it pump so hard? OKLO. Oh, it's power. Nuclear Electric Power Generation Company. So it's like, are the bulls in charge? The bears in charge locally? The bears are in charge, but if the bulls defend this kind of $69 level, that's what you want to see. If not, I mean, it's where would support be, right? 49, 44, something like that. So this right now is looking like it's swept the low. It's looking like we're reclaiming. It's looking like acceptance for now. That doesn't matter. That doesn't mean we can't go lower, but if it's acceptance, attack the highs again, because that's what it's been doing. That's what it did here, and that's what it should do again if this acceptance holds. Back up to 114. Energy plays are all the buzz. It ain't going nowhere. What up, say when? Your videos have been crushing it. More need to see it. Thanks, man. Sure. So that's kind of like just a quick glance at OKLO. It's that $69 level, man. It's been support resistance flip the whole time. Like I said, you don't run up 6,000% without taking profits. That's what you're seeing here. As long as that line holds, I think you're in good shape. And then if it does hold back up to like that $120 level. What else did you say? SMR. Another power play. Again, similar thing. I mean, all these power plays had huge run-ups, right? I mean, that was the narrative, was people were just rotating into power. AI, power, makes sense, right? Big run-up again. Let's see how big this run-up was. Jeez. 5,000% on this bad boy. Again, you don't run up 5,000% without, you know, some people taking profits. I mean, you can see what happened here, right? So there was the fake out that swept the previous all-time high, and that was the ultimate fade, and people took profits. There's your market structure shift lower. Kind of a similar chart to where the previous resistance back in July of 2024 is now trying to hold this support, right? So we can draw a straight line across there. Very similar charts to where just huge run up. Of course, they're both power plays, right? And similar level. So I guess, you know, it was $69 for OKLO. It's, you know, $16, $17 for a New Scale Power Corporation. Again, if that doesn't hold, where are we heading? Probably $10.93, probably $6, but it's holding. It's even a higher low right now. There's a low, higher low. Kind of showing a little bit of strength, a little bit of effort from the bulls there. So if that sticks, it should pop up to that kind of $23 level. And again, you know, just hope that that's not a bear flag, and validate it, flip that kind of $22, $23 level, and shoot for the highs again. But if I was in this play and in the money, you know, I'd be watching that $16 level. Like if it lost that, and I'd probably pull some money out of it, pay myself. I probably would have already done that. I probably would have done that when I saw the giant grab of the all-time high up there. To me, that's a signal that, you know, the big guys who are positioned in this are taking their profits. I can review gold, sure. And chat's kind of moving fast now, guys. So I apologize if, you know, can't keep up with everyone. What up, Uzbekistan? Good job, dude, Mr. Wolf. Good job, dude. It's always good to hedge. How long have I been trading? About a decade. Well, I mean, trading. I mean, been investing and stuff since I was 18 years old. Kraft Heinz. I can check out Kraft Heinz. But I've been actively trading for 10 years. I've been doing this full time for 5 years. Like where this is my job. Where this is my income. All right, so someone wanted SMR. This was SMR, my bad. I think say when you wanted U, is that correct? Unity Software. Kind of got to zoom out here a little bit, even more. Software's tough right now, right? A lot of people have been kind of rotating out of software. Who knows what's going to happen with AI? I mean, that's the thing, right? So a couple things jump out at me right away. There was the previous breakout. So you had resistance, kind of a higher low pullback, and then that was the breakout, right? So all we're doing right now, and you can even see breakout, retest, higher low, or sorry, higher high, higher low, higher high. It actually swept that low, which created that liquidity cascade as people just got out of it, right? So we are back testing the breakout now. So you can see we actually lost it this is week. So a couple weeks ago, we lost it. This week we're back testing. So what you're looking for, if you were looking in a long position or to buy, right? Or call, whatever, you know what I mean? You want acceptance above $28. I think it's down until you get acceptance above $28. And that's not me saying it. That's just the chart saying it. It's been resistance, resistance, resistance. There was the breakthrough and back test, right? Market structure up, swept the highs, lost it, back testing it right now. So that's the job of the bulls in Unity for this week, is to get back over 28 bucks. If they can do that and you see acceptance, there's nothing above us till you get back up to that $50 level, because it was pretty much just a straight down on that one. And you can even, like, we can even drag this further back and you can see how important of a level it is, right? Just support, 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 lost it, resistance, resistance, resistance. That's that key support resistance flip level, man. I think below it, you're talking down. If we can get acceptance above, it's up. I think it's kind of, it's simple, man, but simple works. Simple pays the bills, you know? I saw 2 Amazons. I had someone say Amazon on YouTube and someone say Amazon on TikTok. So let's look at Amazon. It's a beautiful looking chart. Not so much on the last 2 weeks, including this week, but we can go down. We can go down to the daily on Amazon. I mean, where did it wick to, right? Previous resistance. Boom. I like that. You can see here where it swept that again. I mean, this stuff doesn't happen by accident, right? There's the sweep. There's all the breakout traders piling in, thinking this thing's going to go to the moon. There's everyone closing and exiting their positions into liquidity and it dumping. There's the back test of that high and then the dump. And so far, this level is holding at support. It's also super psychological. I mean, 200 bucks, right? So not only are we talking like a key psychological level, but it's also just, there was resistance. There was the breakout, the back test, right? There was the breakdown, the back test, the breakdown. There was the breakout, the back test. That's a key, that 200 bucks, psychological. I would say right now, market structure looks good, right? Daily, weekly, you got the, on the extremes, you got the high, the higher high. Right now, this is, I'm sorry, the high and a higher low, up a low, a higher low, and a higher low. There we go. So it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. The bulls are still in charge here. That doesn't mean the bears can't take over if we slip 200 bucks. But I think as long as 200 bucks holds, you're good on Amazon. You know, if we start to lose it and you see acceptance lower, you know, 160 bucks, 150 bucks, a couple more psychological, nice little round numbers, right? So that's kind of what I think there, right? If you're long or looking to long, this might not be a bad area. Clear validation below, right? Where are you wrong? Well, if it goes lower, if it cracks that trend line, you see acceptance below, you're wrong in your thesis, right? What's the 200 MA there? On the daily, it is above us. So the 200 is at, just so you guys are aware, because it's TikTok and I have to stream vertically, the screen that I'm looking at is this small. So when I squint, I'm trying to like see. So here's the 200 MA right there. So we're below it. We're below the 200 MA. I wouldn't be too concerned though, unless you lose 200 bucks, to be honest with you at the end of the day. But we are below the 200 MA at the moment. We're below, you know, below it. Up Wayne. Can you please show how to find the supply and demand zones? Sure. So I'll tell you this first off. You know, I can't really go into elaborate detail because it's going to bore people and it's going to put them to sleep. But I will answer that question simply. But also, I don't sell courses. I have free courses. Right? It doesn't cost you $1. It links in our bio, tacticaledgetraders.com. Sign ups for free. It'll teach you more in depth and detail in plain English, in simple terms, how to do it. But what I'll tell you right here is history repeats, right? So you're just looking for swings. You're looking for value, you know? So is this, this is all an auction, right? So this is volume traded, right? This is an auction that's taking place. There's lots of ways to visualize this. You can use the fixed range volume profile tool like that. So here you have low, the value area low, the value area high, right? If you're buying up here, you're buying high into value. Typically you want to buy low and sell high, right? So that's one way to express value. Another way is just trend lines, right? Where has the buyers bought before, right? So the sellers are in control here. Selling stops, buyers take over. That's an important level. That $160 level on the higher time frames, right? That's an important level. Markets have memory. Same thing down here, right? At 150 bucks, the sellers were in control, buyers took over. That left an imprint in the market, right? Everyone's watching these same charts, these same swings, these same levels. I mean, that's why up here, right? There it was resistance. There it was resistance again and again. There we swept it. And there was the back test to say, okay, are you sure? Seller's still in control. Now we're back to this level. So there's lots of ways to find support and resistance or supply and demand area, whatever you want to call it, right? Most of the time it's just different labels for the same thing. Just value, right? You're buying high up here. You're buying low down here. We want to try to keep it as simple as possible because simple wins, right? But for more in depth, go to the site, man. It's free. And get a free education. Why is Redwire going down again? Any news about it? How low do you think it will go? What up, P. Subetti? Oh, it's been going down, right? I mean, you look at the extremes, low, lower, I'm sorry. It's been a long day. High, lower high, lower high, lower high, low. There's a higher low, but then there was a lower low, right? So, I mean, we're just basically in like a giant, I mean, there's so many pattern traders out there. A giant fallen wedge, whatever you want to call it. I mean, the good news is it gives you some clean levels to watch for breaks, right? Like if we get over this trend line and you see acceptance above it, you got clear targets to the upside, 22 bucks, back to the top. You guys know that, like, one second. And you can back test this. Don't even take my word for it, right? When you break a diagonal, do you know how often you go right back to where you started? It's like 70% of the time. It's such a high probability play that when you get actual acceptance above and you start transacting above, you attack the highs. And like 70% of the time, go check it out. Thomas Bolkowski, he has the 40-year study on chart patterns like this. And he found that 70% of the time, it goes right there, right? So you have something to watch for. But I think until then, we're just in a downtrend, a larger time frame downtrend, right? That doesn't mean we're not going to get dumps and pumps and dumps and pumps and dumps and pumps, but this is the resistance to get over for more upside, right? So right now, it looks like it's coming down. And like there's the high that we did what? Grab liquidity from. Now we're accepted back underneath that high. So the target is now that low, like $5. That's the level I'll be watching on Redwire. Maybe a little bit lower because, I mean, there's a lower low, 4.5, $5, something like that. But the real thing to watch, if you're bullish on this one, is that line right there. As far as news goes, I don't know. As far as news goes on that one, I don't know. But price action beats news every time, man. That's the goal, is to find good stocks that are drunk. Where's Amazon going price targets? I just did Amazon. Where can I find your course? It's free. I don't sell it. I just want to put that out there. It's in our bio. TacticalEdgeTraders.com. Completely free. Doesn't cost you nothing. What was the rate of that line? Can't see from here. So you guys know you can do this for yourself, right? TradingView's free. You can go to a daily time frame and just draw a trend line like that. And then you could actually even set an alert on it. Right click it, set an alert on it. It'll go to your email. But it depends on when we go to it, right? So if we come down and make a low and then go back up, it might be $10.40, or it might be 10.22 or 8, or it just depends on time, right? On how long that move takes to play out. And I'm not going to pretend to know. Do you know what I mean? It's just this trend line is resistance, and it has been resistance on higher time frame for a year. This is a year-long trend, since exactly a year, minus 2 days. That's when this trend started, right? Boom, 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 boom. So take a screenshot, take a picture of that. That's what it is. Apple was trying to get spicy today. Hopefully a little more build and it will be ready. Let's take a look at Apple. Apple Inc. There we go. Yeah, it's trying to get spicy, man. And look, I didn't just draw this trend line. I mean, this is why this was already on here, right? This was already on here. You know, I must have said in a previous stream that if this level holds, right, it's back to the highs. And that's exactly what happened, right? So key level, right? Here was the breakout. Here was the back test. Boom, support, right? This was the low that created the high. So if we're going to dump, that's your ultimate target, right? And that's exactly what happened. So we got the bounce there. Let me go ahead and get rid of my scribbles here. I mean, you can even see a shoulder, head, and shoulder there, right? Shoulder, head, shoulder for all the chart pattern fans. And then you just attack the highs on the way up. And what was the next high to attack? Right there. Did we attack it? Yes, we did, right? So then you had some people taking profits, closing out, right? Now we're kind of just flagging out a little bit here. So the next step for Apple is 290 bucks again. Boom. Right? That's the target to hit if we can overtake the high we just put in, which is like $278, something like that. I'm telling you, it's just keep it simple, right? Everyone's got these fancy AI, fair value gap, ICT algorithms, quantum theory bullshit. It's like, dude, just keep it simple, right? Simple works every time. Simple pays. Simple pays the bills. But it did. I mean, it had a nice, nice couple weeks there off that bottom. And that's the level to get over now. Boom. 280 bucks, we'll call it. Something like that. But yeah, dude, alerts are awesome. I'm telling you, set your trading view alerts, man. You get them on your watch. Butchie boy, speaking my love language, Butchie boy says agree. Overcomplicated things. I follow 4 rules like a psychopath, man. Time, price, volume, momentum. And that's super simple for me, right? Which app do I use for charts? It depends. Mostly TradingView, but I do use Addis too. I use Addis for order flow when I'm doing stocks, which I have my like portfolio, right? I don't like actively trade stocks. I have like long-term stuff, a lot of safer stuff. But I use Addis too, because you don't get true order flow and you don't get true volume with stocks on TradingView. And you don't get that on any platform unless you pay for it. It costs money, right? You got to get the CME data and you got to get that level 2 data from a broker. And then you got to have that plus a platform to visualize order flow. So it's like, it can cost you like 150, 200 bucks just to get that. Have you ever tried the 24-hour candle versus the daily candle? Are they not the same thing? You're blowing my mind right now. Say one. Do I own Google? No, I do not own. Oh, the stock. Do I own Google stock? Not directly, but indirectly through S&P 500 and NQ. Yes. Like, did I own Google? So not directly, but I do. I mean, I own ETFs, right? The S&P and the NQ. Do 100x leverage on Bitcoin. Trust me, bro. No, thank you, sir. What's your analysis on Bharati Airtel stock, please? There's a new one for me. Bharati. What did you say? Bharati Airtel. I'm not seeing it. Bharati Airtel Limited. I guess I can get rid of these moving averages now. It looks good. I mean, holy crap. I mean, here's another one. You guys are throwing down some heaters today. That's just been on a frickin' tear since 2019, right? Since 2019, this thing is up 700%. I'll take that all day long. I mean, this thing is just like price discovery after price discovery after price discovery, right? And so far, it's holding structure all the way up, right? Like this was the previous low. This is a higher low. The buyers are still in control here. This thing is going to go higher until it doesn't. And what do I mean by doesn't? I mean, when you start taking out lows, that's when you get concerned and probably take profits, right? But for now, I mean, it's just high, low, higher, high, higher, low, higher, high, higher, low, higher, high, higher, low. And market structure is clean. Market structure is beautiful on this. There's no upside targets. It's just up. It's just up till it's not, right? You get concerned when you put in a lower high or a lower low. I mean, really, it's the lower low you're trying to avoid here for a bull on this one, but this thing looks clean, man. It looks good. I mean, if you got in way down here and you're looking to take profits on it, just have an invalidation. Maybe it's not there, right? Maybe it's not 1890 if you're in way lower. Maybe it's something down here like this. I don't know. And what kind of a dump is that? 23%. But again, market structure is intact until that 1890 it folds and it got bounced off of. I mean, it would probably attack the high again and keep going higher. Looks good, brother. Yes, I do, Mr. Wolf. I do firmly believe BTC in crypto is a leading indicator to risk, either on or off. It always dumps first. Altcoins always go first, then Bitcoin, and then the rest of the markets. And why is that? It's just speculative. They're highly speculative assets. It's not like gold or silver where I can touch it and feel it, and it has thousands of years of history. It's speculation. It dumped first in this last dump. Altcoins went first, then Bitcoin, and NQ and ES. The stock markets didn't dump, but they've been chopping sideways since Bitcoin dumped, right? So it was October 6th for Bitcoin, right? And we've just been chopping sideways. Right? ES2 sideways. Gold way up, which means people are what? Right? De-risking. There's a lot of theories out there. Is a weak dollar attributing to the stock market kind of staying propped up right now? That's probably part of it. It's probably not the whole thing, but it's probably part of it, right? What happens next? I don't know. Just follow the structure. That's all that's my biggest advice. But yep, Mr. Wolf, I do believe that. BTC and QQQ, very similar. Yeah, 100%. Crash is coming end of month. I don't know, brother. I don't have a crystal ball. I mean, I feel like someone's got to be wrong, right? I mean, either everyone who is like stockpiling gold in their walls at their house are wrong, or the stock market's wrong. One of them is wrong. I don't know which. They're not going to both go up forever. Someone's going to capitulate. I don't know who. It'll be interesting to see. It'll be a fun case study to see, because something like this really hasn't, I mean, it has happened before, but not to this crazy scale. But who knows? Something's going to crash. Is it gold? Is it the stocks? I don't know. Bitcoin's definitely crashed. Is SPY up year to date? If it is, it's not a crazy amount, right? So if we go to the monthly chart and you look at January and you look at February, they're both green. So yeah, we're up year to date. But, it's mostly flat. You know what I mean? It's not like we're pushing 10% already into February or anything like that. It's mostly flat. It's mostly flat, but it is up. It is up. NQ is not. NQ is down. Well, the tech sell-off, right? Tech's been kind of getting hammered a little bit. So yeah. What do you think of Reddit? Do you think it'll return to what it was pre-January? We looked at Reddit. Reddit Inc. Oof. Reddit Inc., huh? So down 50%. Excuse me a sec. Still have a runny nose, dude, and I was sick in Christmas. Man. So there's not a whole lot of clean levels just because it's a newer IPO, or it's a newer stock, right? It's holding in a decent spot, right? I mean, it's right there. There was consolidation. There was, I'll call it a bull flag, whatever you want to call it, but it was getting accepted higher, right? And then we kind of blew up a little bit there, and it's back testing there right now. You don't want to see acceptance below, because then you're probably going down to $80. But if that level holds, maybe you come on up to $175. Nice quarter level theory. Any Forex traders out there? Maybe it goes up to there, and then decision time. Again, do we get accepted higher and we're attacking the highs, or do we come back and solidify that low at like $140, something like that? I don't know. I don't know on Reddit, to be honest with you. That's a tough one. I don't know. Look at that nice gap close too. Just boom, closed it. That's a tough one, man. I don't know. I'll tell you this. I used to be on Reddit all the time. Now I'm never on it. So I don't know. That's very anecdotal, I know. But I don't know. It's this level, right? You lose it, you're going to 70, 82 bucks, something like that. You hold it, you can shoot for the highs again. BTC, if it does not hold 60K, it'll dump to around 30K. Yeah, we're going to go lower on Bitcoin. It'll be later this year before we maybe see a bottom, I think, on Bitcoin. I think it'll be later this year. It doesn't help that Michael Saylor put a target on his back with that AK number, right? I ain't ignoring you, dude. You know how many people are typing in chat and I'm on two things? I ain't intentionally. I'm not like Wayne Pattinson. I'm going to ignore that asshole. Ben's allergic to shit charts. True, true, true. Gaps always close. At some point, sooner or later. Which index to look to see if risk comes back to the market? Feels like we're in a standoff waiting for something else. I think this market just wants certainty, man. There's so much uncertainty. Maybe inflation will help. Right? Maybe inflation, we get inflation data on Friday. The last one was kind of hot. Jobs are a little shaky, right? The market wants a little bit of stability there. What was your question, Wayne? Your live contains themes that some find uncomfortable. I appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome on TikTok reporting the stream. Which index to look for? Well, I mean... what you don't want to see is everyone throwing money into gold and silver and commodities, because that's usually one signal of people are risk off, right? So you want to see that maybe like stabilize or come down, and people take those profits and put it into stocks, NQ, ES, right? And then they got there's all kinds of competing narratives out there, right? Is AI in a bubble? Well, none of these companies have turned a profit. They're billions of dollars and burning through billions and billions of dollars. But SPY and QQQ, man, I mean, those are the two you're going to watch, right? QQQ, a little heavier on the tech side. ES, a little more balanced. You want me to look at SPY? We've looked at SPY several times, but let's look at it again here. I mean, this is just very simple for me. And when you zoom out on the chart, right, is we're chopping sideways, right? There's resistance. I mean, there's support. It's just sideways chop. And really, it's been sideways chop since October. I mean, yeah, there's been some digs. But for the most part, we've just been sideways, right? Acceptance above 700 to go higher. You lose 680, 677. Probably coming back down to visit that 650 on the S&P. I'm kind of holding my breath for higher right now, I think, until we get some more certainty, until we get some better data and, inflation's in check. We've gotten some not so great data. I will do AMD for you, Wayne. AMD. I mean, like this, right? I mean, all the levels that I've marked previously are valid and we hit them, right? So here's what I like about AMD right now is we swept all the lows, swept every single one of them, reclaimed the range. That would have been the good trade. And I do believe I said that about that $200 level, right? So now the next stop for AMD is 222 bucks, right? Resistance. There was the fake out, boom. There's, resistance, support. So this looks good for AMD, right? You like to see that. I wouldn't fight this right now. I wouldn't fight this grab lower. Somebody was wrong there, right? And the big players took advantage of that. They got filled there. They bought that shit up and we're running up. So next level to take out 222, next level after that, probably 233. And then ultimately, if we can go higher, 266. But I think we're in good shape here. You don't fight these liquidity grabs, right? Until you see like the opposite, like a liquidity grab higher, you don't fight that. It's up on two things, right? We're up unless we lose that low, or we grab liquidity higher, which there is no liquidity higher. I mean, really on these, we can find some smaller liquidity pools, but on the daily time frame, you have to sweep the highs again, close back in, right? Solid rejection. offside trap traders, everyone thinking we're going to break out, big fills to the short side. So it looks good. It looks good. I like it. I mean, as long as we don't lose 190 bucks, bulls are in control right now. What do you think about Euro Stocks 50? I don't know. Let's look at it. Euro Stocks 50 index futures. Similar, where we're just kind of chopping sideways. I don't know what this is, and to be honest with you, I'm assuming this is, you know, a European stock index of 50 of the top traded stocks in Europe. I don't know. That's just what my guess is. But you can see here, there was the resistance, boom. There was the breakout, back test, and then it's just kind of been chopping sideways, right? So again, there's your ceiling, there's your floor, right? If you're buying now, you're buying high into value until you break, get acceptance, and go higher. Otherwise, watch for that pullback down to that 58.22. That's been holding, right? Maybe they'll sweep it, close back in for a long, right? A long play off of that guy. But kind of similar to ES and NQ, just maybe not as long sideways on that one. I've done SPY like 4 or 5 times. You guys rewind on YouTube. I got 800 shares in it. Wayne says at 198. Let's look at that again. AMD. Yeah, that's good. That's a good play, man. I don't know if you were looking at the same things I was looking at. But whatever you're looking at, dude, that's a good play. Just don't lose money. I mean, that's the golden rule of trading, right? I mean, this saying I'm about to say gets made fun of all the time, but nobody goes broke taking profits, right? Cliche shit is cliche for a reason. My average is 132 on AMD. I'm trapped. Like your average buy is 132? I mean, you're good. Or are you short from 132? Say when. You could just type out the ticker without clicking the search bar. I did not know that. That's awesome. Who told me that? Jello. That's awesome. Do I use fibs? I do not trade fibs. You know what's crazy is I've been using TradingView forever, and it's like every month I learn something new. There's so much shit. Every month. I haven't even learned all the shortcuts yet. I'm not gonna try it because that's just not my strategy, brother. I'll draw fibs to see where retail traders are trying to get in and out. It's just not my strategy. There's a million tools. Not everyone should use every tool. Everyone should use whatever tools work for them. Given all these factors, I haven't had enough time in the market to say, but what would you say we're due for a flush as assets are overvalued? See, that's like theory crafting, and I don't know. Just show me the charts. You know what I mean? Like, as long as we're going up, we're gonna go up, right? Once we start breaking down, we take out some lows on the way down. Then I'll start thinking about that. My brain just doesn't think like that. I don't know. Maybe it's, I don't know. It's like I'm just emotionally separated from the markets, and it's just like, show me the chart, right? Like I'll show me a chart, I'll show you the news. Show me the chart and I'll show you direction. Nothing working for me, says Football Knowledge. Dude, hit the course in our bio. It's free. We don't sell courses here. And then hop in Discord, man. It's free. Just hang out. Just hang out. Gene says fib is astrology for grown men, but hey, what do I know? It's just, it's self-fulfilling prophecy. I mean, it's not some kind of like, look, if a golden pocket lines up with an area on the chart that I'm watching, then I know that there's more people looking at that level, right? And it's the same thing with EMAs or SMAs or anchored VWAPs or any tools, right? Like tools, dude, I'll tell you this. If you're looking to a tool to give you an entry, you're cooked. You're cooked. I do not trade orbs. I do not, Brandon. Is being a trader possible? Should you just keep a job? You should keep a job. You should keep a job. It's possible. It's possible, but it ain't easy, man. It's the highest attrition rated profession out there. I don't know what other profession has 95% of people fail, but people just do it wrong. It's not easy. They call a small lie a fib for a reason, says Wavelength. But do what works for your strategy, man. Do what works for you. And if it's not working, then quit telling people to do it. Channel tool is great on TradingView. I love that one. Yeah, for sure. Look, I'm not saying don't use tools. That's not what I'm saying. I mean, I think everyone should use a couple things. Just whatever works for you. In a day, techs have a similar failure rate. Techs? What do you mean techs? Like, what kind of techs? You can draw a fib on 10 different levels in the same chart and lines will always end. Yeah. I'm with you, Gene. I'm with you. It's good when people treat it like gambling, especially in Forex and crypto. Most people do treat it like gambling, right? I did when I first started. You know how much money I lost when I first started? I blew up so many accounts, man. So many accounts. Chasing indicators. Dude, I have lifetime subscriptions that cost $2,000, $3,000 to indicators that I haven't used in 8 years, right? Do I offer coaching and mentorship? I do, but my time ain't cheap, brother. My time ain't cheap. TacticalEdgeTraders.com. But we have free shit too, right? I mean, we have something for everybody. I'm not trying to sit there and... It ain't cheap. Time ain't cheap. That's what you're buying, right? Is you're buying time. EOD and military explosive ordnance disposal. Okay. So like, what was that movie with Hawkeye? It won a bunch of awards. That's what you're talking about? What was that movie? Anyone with the bomb tech dude who disposed of bombs? It was a good movie. I can't think of what it's called though. Someone drop it in chat. Somebody drop that in chat. Curious on my TA on hype. Let's look at hype. Hype as in the crypto or hype as in something else? Hyperliquid, is that what you mean? Hurt Locker. That's what it was, Eddie. Thank you. Of course, Eddie knows that one. Ugh, I can't say what I want to say right now, Eddie. They'll ban me. I can't say what I want to say right now, Eddie. My roommate was a bomb tech. Those suits were heavy and hot. Yeah. Hurt Locker. Yep. Gene, is it Hyperliquid? Yes, Hyperliquid. Okay, cool. Well, daily chart stuff here. So we're talking kind of a little bit of longer time frame stuff, right? Not talking 5-minute scalps or nothing like that. I mean, I just boom, right? That's a key level. Even going all the way back to here, where I got listed on Binance. So zooming in a little bit more locally, right? You had support. You lost it. You back tested it. You lost it. There's resistance. Blew through it. Support. $29. Here we are again. We meet again. $29. We've been friends for a while now, trading back and forth, right? I mean, really didn't quite hit 29, but damn near within pennies of it back here. Within pennies of it here before the break up, right? We did complete, right? We came back for that October 10th wick there. So we got the break higher, support, break higher, support again. That $29 got to hold, right? If not, then we're just auctioning lower, right? If you get acceptance lower, it's going to go to $20, probably more than likely, right? There's just not a whole lot, just a big gap down, just a big volume gap of nothingness, just a void on down, but it's not, it's holding $29 right now. So if it holds $29, attack the high again, boom, you know, maybe up to $38. Maybe if it's not as strong of a push, that's your signal right there. Maybe if it only goes up to $35. But I think this is probably your line in the sand. If you're long on hype right now, or you're in the profit on hype right now and it broke down, I'd probably be concerned because I'd probably be thinking $20 again. Remember, fast up, fast down, right? Fast up, fast down, fast up, fast down. So that's kind of what I'd be thinking here. If we lose that, it could be fast down, but that's an if. I'm not saying it's going to happen, right? That $29 for hype is pretty important. I don't think I need to explain to you why. It's historically been important. So if this holds, attack the highs. I'm going to keep it simple, right? I'm giggling along since 24. To be honest, it's a good long now. Yeah, if you're in since 24, you're in the profit. Again, I would be concerned though. If you lose that, it's going to hit your 24. Just don't lose money on it. Andy knows what I was going to say. River, please. But good, it's in good shape. Just consolidating sideways right now. River, please. River Tech PLC. River, is that what you want? Is that a Euro stock or is that a crypto? You guys got to be a little more specific. Yeah, smash that like button, people. Appreciate it. Subscribe, turn on notifications. Myself or Eddie goes live just about every single day. We do free trainings in Discord every Sunday and then occasionally other days. Free trainings on our website. Simple stuff, keeping it simple, not overcomplicating it. Erdem, not hearing from you. Moo long term. Micron, we've looked at this. Was that from you or someone else? Oh, it's Garrett. I seem to remember that name. Let me get rid of my scribbles on here. Brandon, send me an email, brother. Send me an email. contact@tacticaledgetraders.com. It'll go right to me. I'll talk with you when I get off of here. Or you can go to the website and you can hit the contact me. I don't want people just signing up for the unit, brother. I don't. I want to qualify to make sure we're a good fit for each other. As much as I'd love to take your money, man, if it ain't gonna work, it ain't gonna work. Garrett. I mean, look, it looks good right now. I mean, you have what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days of sideways consolidation. Now, unfortunately, some might consider that a bear flag. You do have some support at $349, right? So market structure is still intact because, I mean, this is really the first low that we put in. You lose that, it's 350. You hope that holds. If it doesn't, maybe 324. So I think long term, you're probably in good shape. I think we actually kind of dug a little bit deeper into this one last time. Again, I don't remember if it was you or not, but it looks okay. I mean, this might be a higher low, right? You watch the highs there at 394. You break the highs, you get acceptance, you're going higher, right? Bulls are in control. I mean, bulls are still in control right now. We haven't put in a lower low. I mean, this is still a higher low. I mean, it's tough to even find another low, right? Is that the low? Do we consider this a low? I think that might be a little stretch. I mean, I guess it just was sideways, right? I mean, there's not really a low down the 222. So it's this. I mean, even if this was a low, it's still a higher low, right? What are the reason people fail to make it in trading? Because no one takes the time to actually learn because people's heads aren't screwed on, right? Because people don't need more indicators. People don't need more strategies, more YouTube videos. People need a psychologist. That's why people fail to make it in trading. Because the markets hold up a mirror. And most of the time, the people look into that mirror. They don't like what they see. Move short term, Garrett. Well, I think short term, you got a short term range, brother, right? So let's go to like an hour chart. So short term, you have a short term range, right? So here's support. That's where you want to buy, right? If I was support and resistance trading, and this is based off of, not doing proper analysis, and this is based off of not, looking at volume and all the things I would normally look at into trading. I mean, you'd buy low and you'd sell high, right? So short term, right? It's bouncing right now. That's a nice 8% play back to the top. It's going to pay the bills for a little bit, right? Just keeping it super simple, right? Buy low, sell high, rinse and repeat over and over again, and you make money. The part that people fuck up on is they never sell, right? They hold it because they want it to go higher, because they want more money, because greed kicks in. So those are the two levels: support, resistance, short term, hour chart stuff. It bounced, right? Targeting the highs now. Simple. It might be a bear flag though. It might be. What up, Parker? Good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing good. When will Coinbase bottom? Probably not till, well, let's see when Coinbase topped, because that's important. Was it the same time Bitcoin did, or did it? This is actually, I don't know the answer to this. What dumped first? Was it Bitcoin or Coinbase? Or was it the same? Well, Coinbase never got back. So I shouldn't say never got back, because I mean, let's look. So it dumped first, and not really first. I mean, there's October 10th, right? It still dumped, but it didn't take out the high like Bitcoin took out the high, right? At 126K or whatever it was. So look where Coinbase is though, right? I didn't just draw this, right? Here we are again. Here we are again, $162 or 100, what is that? 144, whatever, dollars, support. It's support again. Did you see what Coinbase is doing? They're adding stocks, they're adding gold, they're adding silver. Hopefully they can capture some of that market. To help, because there's just no volume in crypto. Right? So I think it's going to be later this year. October, November-ish. Here's the volume. So Binance, right? The largest exchange in the world. Let's go ahead and throw on just volume, right? Just a simple volume indicator. Boom. Let's just zoom way out. What has volume been doing since really the bear market? I know this might be hard to see, but I'll make it easier and draw a line over the volume. Where is everybody? Where is everyone? Where did you learn about trading? Me and a buddy started trading together, I don't know, a decade ago, and we learned the hard way and blew up a bunch of accounts and learned through trial and error and learned by fire and eventually figured it out. But yeah, I mean, dude, there's just, where is everybody? Like, it's just been dying, right? We never even got an altcoin season. I don't know. When's Coinbase come back? When crypto comes back, probably later this year. And by crypto, I mean Bitcoin. I don't know that alts are going to come back, man. I know people want to, I just say they haven't. We never got an alt season. Adding prediction market. Oh, are they? Coinbase is adding prediction market? I didn't know that. I know they're adding like stocks and stuff. I wasn't aware they're adding a prediction market. That'd be cool. Coinbase prediction market. Turn predictions into trades. Prediction markets. I wasn't aware of this. That's cool. That's interesting. So yeah, they're diversifying a little bit. What are your thoughts on XRP? Oh, Eddie. Where's Eddie? I think it's going to go lower, brother. And I know the XRP army doesn't want to hear that, but it's going to go lower, dude. Just like crypto's going to go lower, man. It's risk off right now, and crypto is the most risky thing you can get into, and especially altcoins. I've been saying we're going to come lower on XRP. I've been saying we're going to go lower. We've gone lower. I said way back here, we're coming for this wick. We've gone for that wick. You're going to see a 50-cent XRP at minimum before we go up, right? Similar, does Robinhood, I don't use Robinhood. Does Robinhood have prediction markets? Juan, I do not. I do not use indicators. I use naked trading charts because indicators lie. But XRP is going to 50 cents at minimum before it goes up again. I'm not saying XRP is dead. Don't get it wrong, but we're in a risk off market, right? Eddie said maybe 50 cent, he consider it. Yeah, maybe 50 cent. Maybe 50 cent, you know? If you like XRP, man, wait for 50 cents. I mean, it's just a big gap down, right? Fast up, fast down, I bet you. That's my guess. That's not XRP hate. That's not talking shit on XRP. That's just The reality of the crypto market right now. Did Bitcoin find a bottom on 60K? Maybe a temporary bottom. It'll go lower, but it's a bottom for now. Bitcoin will go lower. It will. I promise you guys. It's repeating the exact same cycle in 2021, right? There was the top, the bottom, the consolidation, the top, the consolidation, the consolidation, the consolidation. Watch me draw the exact same thing. There's the top, there's the bottom, there's the consolidation, there's the top, there's the consolidation, and now we should consolidate again, right? It's literally like we live in the Matrix. It's literally like we live in the Matrix. What's the indicator at the bottom? I don't know. I turned on volume indicator to show someone that Bitcoin volume is dead. That's all. That's all I was doing there. Shoot, I'll buy more at 50 cents. There you go, Bullet. Rob, what up, Rob? Yeah, Eddie's a fart coin lover, dude. Eddie's a fart coin billionaire. Did you guys know that? Eddie bought a yacht with his fart coin. This thing's going lower, Eddie. This thing's at support. This thing's about to bleed. This thing's about to bleed bad. If this doesn't, I mean, it's already lost that low and been flirting with it several times, Eddie. Short this thing into the ground. I like the green and red mountains. Oh, that's just that's MACD. That's MACD. I make videos where I show off different indicators and stuff. I don't use MACD, but it's just a momentum indicator. Some people do. I see the crypto good days in 2027 or 2028 when the cycle resets. Yeah. I think it'll be the end of this year. Maybe we'll find a bottom. 2027 should be a run up. I mean, if the cycle repeats, 2027 will be a good year. 2028, right? What do I trade? So I have an investment account, right? Where I long-term trade things. I have an IRA. My wife has an IRA, 401k, but I day trade Bitcoin and NQ. And I'll take other stuff occasionally. I watch 4 things every day. I watch a lot of things every day, but 4 main things, right? NQ, ES, gold, and Bitcoin. Do you think CRM is hanging on? So the problem is just no one's buying software right now, right? Nobody's buying software. That's the problem, man. Is it hanging on? Yeah, it's hanging on to this low, but you lose that low, man, and it gets ugly for CRM. This thing's just down bad, right? This thing is, it's down 50% from the high back in January of last year. So it's just been in a year-long downtrend right now, but maybe it finds a bottom here, and we won't know. We don't know yet. It could just go lower and lose that, and then it gets ugly. Like, what's below us? Maybe there, close a gap down to 159. So it's at a pretty important level to watch. Bearish, Bitcoin's going to go down till the end of the year. AI is where it's at right now. A lot of people are starting to kind of get out of AI. That's where we're seeing tech. Who knows what's going to happen? I mean, there's just, dude, all these AI companies are losing billions and billions and billions of dollars. Not a single one of them is profit, man. It's crazy. What's going to happen? I don't know. Quantum will be the next thing. Maybe. All right, guys, I am going to get out of here. No joke. I had the same reaction when I get asked about CRM yesterday. Yeah, I mean, it just doesn't look great, right? I don't need to buy a bottom. And I think this is where retail messes up, thinking they need to buy a bottom. Below is bankrupt. Yeah, for sure. Especially with all the property and their building that they have and the above ground. I showed Salesforce Park in San Francisco. I was there. They have a park that's 3 levels above the city, which is pretty cool. I bet you they wish they didn't spend all that money on it now. I forgot where I was going with this. But anyways, I'm gonna get out of here, guys. It's been a long day. I've been going here for an hour. We'll see you guys probably not tomorrow, but I'll be back live Thursday. So smash that thumbs up. Free training on our website. No course sellers here. TechnologyTraders.com. In our Discord, we have free weekly trainings every Sunday and occasionally throughout the week sometimes. I hope RAM prices go down, brother, because they are ridiculous right now.